A surprise from Judas Priest, Bittersweet SAXON News, and Amon Amarth are going back to their roots. Metal is live and well, so let's see what keeps it going today. Here you go. Judas Priest bring justice. Judas Priest are finally kicking off their highly anticipated and very mysterious Faithkeepers tour right now. Like literally when this digest is being aired. Meaning that soon we'll finally know which setlist the boys have prepared for us, of which of course we will be talking on the show very soon. But in addition to that, we all of course know that this year Judas Priest is celebrating the 50th anniversary of their legendary Sad Wings of Destiny, and they are doing so with a newly restored archival edition of Sad Wings of Destiny created directly from the original analog master tapes, the rights for which the band has finally updated a couple of years ago after a nearly 50-year-long struggle. And this release being mastered by Matt Colton under the supervision of Tom Allen and Louis Tuliano. So exactly the same people who brought us the incredible version of Rock'n'Rolla last year. But the coolest thing is that this week, Judas Priest also announced that they will be going completely old school with this release. And the reimagined Sad Wings of Destiny will initially be available only in physical formats and only on this European tour, only on Judas Priest official merch stands, which I'm really hoping to get hold of in just a couple of days, as I am hoping to attend the Warsaw concert. So by the way, if you're attended that concert and you see me, please do not hesitate to say hi. I would love to meet as many of you as possible. But nevertheless, one particular interesting detail is that this edition restores the band's intended running order, opening with Prelude. And the reason is that the original 1976 release famously ended up with the album sides effectively reversed, a long-standing Gull Records mix-up that many fans have debated for decades. And so this new edition will finally present the album the way the band originally envisioned it, with the sound that the band originally hoped for. And honestly, I cannot wait to hear it. And of course, cannot wait to talk about it on this show in just a couple of days. Among other things that I really hope to record for you in Warsaw next week. We shall stay. Okay guys, super quick, just simply have to point out that only a fraction of the people who watch my videos are actually subscribed to this channel. So if you're not one of those, and especially if this is not the first video you're watching here and you don't hate me that I keep recording them from literally anywhere, as yes, I am on the road once again, for good reason, as you might know, I will be very thankful if you would consider subscribing right now. Let's continue building this amazing heavy metal community together. Hatebreed's Fatal Paradox. Hardcore fans, rejoice! Something that Hatebreed has been pretty much teasing for the past half a year, or even more so, is finally materializing, as this week Hatebreed announced their brand new studio record Fatal Paradox to be released on November 6th via Black in Black Records. The first single from the upcoming record is already available to all the fans, and basically gives all the Hatebreed fans exactly what they love their favorite band for. It is a straightforward Hatebreed track, fast and hard, and after listening to it, everyone will come back wanting for more. That's according to the vocalist Jay Majesta, who also added that the album itself will of course have quite a lot of breakdowns, combining hardcore excellence and thrash metal. So basically, exactly what makes Hatebreed one of the biggest hardcore acts of the past 3 decades. And here a huge shout out and a thank you to all my patrons and all the YouTube channel members. Guys, thanks to you and thanks to everyone who purchases Metal Bulgur merch from all around the world, I'm actually able to record these videos for you amidst all the craziness of being in Ukraine. So thank you guys, from the bottom of my heart. And just know that you can join this amazing community via the links in the description to this video. Iron Maiden got robbed. Iron Maiden have released a 6-minute long behind-the-scenes video from Adfest, thanking everyone who attended the festival and giving fans another look at the museum, backstage moments, and Steve Harris exploring the site. But there was one detail there that I personally was not expecting. The band revealed that someone stole the Iron Maiden branded parasols from Eddie's dive bar on the very first night of the festival. And their message was very short and very British. Not cool, guys. Literally.
I will look for you. I will find you.
And I gotta agree, not cool, guys. So if you happen to come home from Adfest with a huge Maiden parasol, well, congrats on one hand, but on the other one, just FYI, This is not the kind of thing we do in this kind of community. Right, guys? Forbidden surprise. The year of thrash metal continues, as this week Forbidden joined the ranks of the many thrash metal bands who announced their brand new studio albums for this year. Until Forbidden's self-titled new album will be out on October 23rd, and will be the band's first studio record in over 15 years, making it, of course, a huge surprise to all the Forbidden and thrash metal fans around the globe. According to guitarist Craig Locicero, the creation of this new album was more like an odyssey, which I think is quite interesting, and not only because of Nolan's Odyssey, but also because the latest studio track that they released alongside this announcement was actually titled Cyclops. And on this record, the band wanted to remind their fans why exactly they fell in love with thrash and heavy metal, making it yet another highly anticipated thrash metal release for 2026. And the whole fact that Mastodon's Brent Dunn joined Forbidden on this album, of course, only adds to this anticipation. Wake up now! And now the time has come for your favorite part of the video, so let's take a look at 5 latest metal releases from this week, which, although did not get their own segments in this video, are still definitely worthy of your attention. The Who released their third studio album, Hun, expanded the band's signature Hunu rock sound while drawing even more heavily on classic hard rock influences. Frontman Gala said the album reflects the band's continued mission of sharing Mongolian culture with the world throughout music, while also showcasing how much they've grown after years of international touring. Avenged Sevenfold surprised their fans with an unannounced release of their 4-song EP Statica. Running just over 18 minutes, the EP continues the band's increasingly experimental direction with robotic vocals, sci-fi synthesizers, and electronic influences following 2023's Life is But a Dream. Notably, the release arrived independently and without any advance promotion or public statement from the band, making it the most mysterious release of this year. Insomnium released Gleam in the Black and announced their 10th studio album Netherworlds, arriving October 16th via Century Media Records. Bassist and vocalist Niilo Savonen described this song as one of the fastest tracks on the album, built around a dark and mysterious love story that captures the mood of the entire record. Ministry released Burnt Out and announced their upcoming album Hate to Go, Take Out or Delivery, which is supposed to be Ministry's final studio record. Ministry describes the album as a return to a raw and more direct approach while continuing the band's tradition of political and social commentary. The new album follows 2024's Hopium for the Masses and is scheduled for release later this year. Beartooth released Eyes Closed from their upcoming new studio album Pure Ecstasy, due on August 28th via Fearless Records. Frontman Caleb Shomo once again wrote, recorded and largely produced the album himself, while also collaborating with Jordan Fish, ex-Bring Me the Horizon, who helped bring fresh textures to the band's sound. I see a stash! Bittersweet SAXON news. It's no secret for anyone that Saxon are absolute madmen, and after the release of Hellfire and Donation, after a cancer battle, and a lot of other things that happened with this band in the last couple of years, they're already working on a brand new studio record. And this week, the new wave of British heavy metal legends guitarist Brian Tatler has finally revealed a bit more information about it, including its title. So, as Tatler said in the interview during the Made of Stone festival, the new Saxon album will be titled God of Thunder and is planned to be released as early as next January already. Yet the coolest surprise about it is that Tatler also said that there is a chance that the legendary Saxon guitarist Paul Quinn, who of course left the band several years ago and was actually replaced by Brian Tatler, might actually contribute to this record as well. Since according to Tatler, Quinn and Saxon's frontman Biff Byford are still good friends, and if Paul had some ideas, Biff would definitely jump on it. Which in my opinion is simply incredible news. Cause come on, we all love and respect Paul Quinn.
So, to all you lot watching this, but mainly to the normal people, respect.
But at the same time, this news has another side of the coin. As in addition to this announcement, Brian Tatler has also confirmed that due to his commitments with Saxon, he unfortunately is forced to put on an indefinite hiatus the legendary Diamond Head. As according to Brian, when he joined Saxon back in 2023, he thought that he could do both bands, but after time passed, he realized that it's going to be too hard to work with both bands. So even if Diamond Head was Statler's life since 1976, way before Saxon were even formed, he decided that it's time for it to take a break, which of course is a very sad piece of news, because in my opinion, and in the opinion of, well, Lars Ulrich, James Hetfield, and gazillion other people, Diamond Head was actually one of the most influential new wave of British heavy metal bands ever. And I definitely think that, well, on one hand they just deserve all the praise, but on the other, they still have not said their final word. Although, if we're being very honest, I do understand where Brian is coming from. Rush joins Metallica. And another one bites the dust. Following the footsteps of Metallica and many other, well, not many actually, several other rock bands, Rush are eyeing the residency at the legendary Las Vegas Sphere venue for next year.
Nice!
So, according to Eddie Trunk, Rush have somewhere between 16 to 18 shows already planned for next year, and it's pretty much a done deal. But instantly enough, Trunk himself also reminded that a couple of years ago, Rush guitarist Alex Lifeson, in the interview with him, definitely was not too enthusiastic about the possibility of playing in the Sphere. Although, just to be fair, at that time, Lifeson was also not too enthusiastic about potential tour with the Rush, and they are on the road right now. So given the huge success of the 50-something tour, and given the whole fact that Rush fans all around the world have been begging the band for more and more of this reunited Rush legacy act, I'm more than sure that the Rush residency at the Sphere will be happening. And in all honesty, I actually think that if there is just one band in the world of rock whose music is super suited to the futuristic environment of the Sphere, it's definitely gotta be Rush. And I can't even imagine what kind of show these guys are going to put up next year. New wave of British heavy metal strikes back. Yet another new wave of British heavy metal legend returns. After Tigers of Pantan and Tokyo Blade announced their brand new studio albums, Cloven Hoof announced their next studio release, titled Never a Prophet in Your Own Land, due to be released on September 25th this year. The new Cloven Hoof album will be the second one featuring iconic USPM legends Jack Panzer, vocalist Harry Conklin as a frontman after the Heathen Cross released in 2024. And according to the press release, it will be a mixture of faster and mid-tempo songs, epic compositions, and straightforward heavy metal rockers. Just like pretty much any other new wave of British heavy metal album. And as bassist Lee Payne said, they wanted to show how far Cloven Hoof had progressed musically, while now being in their golden place. So, all jokes aside, Never a Prophet in Your Own Land definitely will be the album to look forward to for all the fans of new wave of British heavy metal, including myself. Dragonland and Amaranthe changes.
Now they finally have a way to fight back.
End of an era for Dragonland. Swedish power metal veterans, longtime guitarist Olof Mork has parted ways with the band. As Mork explained in his message on social media networks, as Dragonland recently became a much more active band, it became difficult for him to combine playing both with them and with Amaranthe. In addition to that, he thought that it will be simply unfair to all of the Dragonland fans and bandmates to take part in the upcoming 7th studio album, knowing that he will not be able to play on the supporting tour because of the other commitments. Which, on one hand, simply sucks for all of the Dragonland fans, but on the other one, well, I don't know about you, but I really, and I mean like really respect such a move. Even though Olof has actually been a part of Dragonland for over quarter a century. Amon Amarth return. Okay guys, it's finally happening. After months of hints, clues, and relentless teasing of their fans, Amon Amarth have finally announced their brand new studio record, titled The Allfather Awakens, due to be released on October 2nd via Metal Blade Records. According According to the press release, Amon Amarth's 13th studio output will once again be centered around Odin, the highest deity in Norse mythology. Which was, of course, a huge surprise, right? Not really. Yet still, The Allfather Awakens is not really a conceptual work, but rather a collection of historically inspired tales of conflict and sacrifice for the greater good. Interestingly enough, on this album, Amon Amarth apparently took a completely different approach to songwriting, creating the songs while on tour rather than waiting until the tour would end, like they would usually do. And according to guitarist Olavi Mikkonen, in his studio, instead of concentrating on the entire record, they actually worked on one song at a time, treating each and every one of them as a separate single. And in addition to that, they also feel like they have returned to the old school sound, switching from PV 5150s back to Marshall amps. And here's the thing, I have no idea whether it's the amps or not. I actually think it's not, most likely. But the latest single Amon Amarth dropped actually does give out that very old school Amon Amarth feel, which, if you ask me, is simply amazing news for all the Amon Amarth fans around the planet. And yes, I'm more than ready for yet another saga from the Viking metal legends. But anyways, what new music did you listen to this week? Please let us know in the comments. As always, thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Please don't forget to like it, comment under it, subscribe to the channel and spread the word about it. And of course, join our communities on Instagram, X, Threads, Discord, Facebook, and anywhere else you can post content these days. But most importantly, thanks for watching, and we will prevail. Slava Ukraini!